All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to KMS Reloaded, episode 8. Possibly the penultimate episode of KMS Reloaded. I'm going to start off this episode with a shout out to the sponsors. We got Milton's, Allbirds, Ridge Wallet, and Simply Safe today. So go check them out, support them. They support KMS, so we should show them some support as well. Anyone who's interested, stick around after the recap. I'm going to be giving you guys an update on what's going on with the associate producer's role. You guys will probably want to stick around for that. So let's dive right in. Kirk starts off the show today with talking about Dave Cullinane again for either the second or third weekend in a row, just completely ignoring the show account. Kirk's argument is that Dave only tweeted twice from the show account when he tweeted like 14 times from his own personal account. Dave then argued that that number wasn't 2, that it was a whole 4 amount of times. So, great argument by Dave Cullinane. How many weekends in a row is Kirk gonna have to deal with this fucking bullshit from Dave Cullinane? So then Whitney comes in. Whitney's fucking hungover like a bastard. An epic Whitney hangover. You could definitely tell that this guy was a fucking athlete boy because that's not his first fucking rodeo. Guess he went on like a 3-day fucking bender for a bachelor party, and he came in all fucked up. Sounded like maybe he got some of that Portnoy booger sugar, but who knows? You never know with these guys. Right off the bat, Whitney starts complaining about the fucking mic stand. That piece of fucking dog shit fucking mic stand that literally every single person that's been on the show has complained about. How many people are gonna bitch about this fucking piece of shit dollar store mic stand before this fucking loser actually does his job as a fucking producer and fucking fixes it? But again, after the recap, we'll touch on that little cocksucker. It's a good thing that Kirk was in a playful mood, just like the Big Steve episode, because this could have been a disaster. Fucking Cullinane didn't bring nothing to the show. Whitney didn't bring nothing to the show. Kirk just being Kirk. Kirk being a fucking genius and literally making content where there is none. I'm always kissing his ass, but the dude's fucking brilliant. He's the best. Does anyone not think that Dave Cullinane is not on his last leg with KMS, especially after the past few weekends? I don't think this 2-week deadline's a bit. I don't think it's a joke. I think it's fucking, he's dead serious. We learned that Dave's a fucking terrible goalie and he knows nothing about goalies. Can you imagine how bad of a goalie Dave must have been? Guy can't concentrate on anything for more than 2 fucking seconds. His fucking head's up his ass usually most of the fucking show. So the idea that this guy's gonna be in the goalie net fucking chasing butterflies, I can definitely see that. And then he's trying to tell a fucking professional hockey player who does a hockey podcast, who talks to hockey players, what goalies are like in the modern NHL. It's just like, holy shit, Dave. Fucking reaching today, Dave. Dave was fucking reaching. Then Dave talks about this bullshit story about how he almost died of a fucking asthma attack on the basketball court. If I could go back in time and fucking shoot the guy that invented inhalers, holy shit. Whitney then brings up the fact that they just sold out their live show, so congratulations to Whitney. But he did say something that was kind of funny. He said that he's nervous about the show because basically it's just going to be a hang. And he's kind of nervous that there's not going to be enough content for the show because they're not planning on doing any content for their show. So it's like, yeah, Whitney, I would be fucking nervous too if you're planning on having a live show and you're so fucking disrespectful to your fans that you're just going to show up and hope it goes well. That's why you're Ryan Whitney and the guy next to you is Kirk Minahan. See the difference? You got a guy who fucking tries and wants to do the best show possible, and a guy that's more worried about getting coked out and fucking shit-faced all weekend at a bachelor party. And then he's wondering why his live show might not go well in a few weeks. Fucking lazy twat. So then the guys start officially talking about Dave's 2-week deadline that I kind of referenced a little while ago. Dave has this bonehead comment where he feels like the Steve show was a kind of a disaster. Now, whose fault was that, producer Cullinane? This is when he's officially told he's got a 2-week deadline or else he's off the show. And I don't think that this is, like I said earlier, I don't think this is a bit. I don't think this is a joke. I think Kirk's had enough of this fucking bullshit. And with Steve Robinson getting back in the mix in this world again, I mean, what the fuck's Kirk supposed to do? Honestly, what is he supposed to do? You have a producer who doesn't give a fuck about the show anymore. Who clearly, after the past few weeks, doesn't give a flying fuck about the show anymore. So I don't blame Kirk Minahan one bit. This guy doesn't give a fuck about the show. Pull his fucking dumb ass off the show. Fuck this fucking loser. He could fucking wallow in his pity with his alcoholic fucking family. Dave gets accused of trying to build his own brand on Twitter. Like, no shit, that's what he's doing. Like, when someone's trying to plan their exit, they're trying to build their fucking brand to fucking leave. And that's exactly what he's doing. You know, this guy had the balls to blame everything on fucking Justin. He talks about how great Justin is in one aspect. And then he talks about why the content on the weekend slowed down is because Justin left. And then he admits 5 seconds after that Justin produced no content for the show. So it's like, which is it, Dave? You know, which bullshit story are you fucking trying to sell us? Whitney has a really funny line where he congratulates Kirk on his murder. I thought that was pretty funny. Fucking dope. But I love Whitney. He's a funny bastard. Unintentionally funny. Then the guys talk about Dave Portnoy. I guess he bet $150,000 on a Cowboy game. Portnoy definitely doesn't have a drug problem. I was definitely wrong about that. Whitney has a funny bit where he starts shitting all over fucking Dave's just awful idea of having a hole-by-hole history golf YouTube channel. Oh my God. Like, I don't even know what the fuck to say to that. Like, oh, yeah, Dave, it's an idea. It's an idea, Dave. It's an idea, all right. Yep, and you know what? Then the guys talk about intern Harrison, the Manning cast, the Rogers interview, blah, 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 blah. I don't even give a fuck anymore about the recap. How's that? I just want to talk about what I want to talk about. So that's why we're here, so why not fucking dive right in? I started this process of trying to get on KMS about 2 weeks ago, a little less than that. I started making this show with the idea to kind of treat it like a resume, and I thought it was going to take me like a month to get on the show, and I was on the show before the 3rd episode aired. I did my appearance on the show, as you guys all know, and I didn't do a good job, but it was still an enjoyable episode because Kirk made it so. He was really funny, and he kind of, like usual, Kirk just saves, you know, a shitty show. So after that, I got called out by Kirk because I wasn't doing anything for Dave, rightly so. So then pretty much since that moment, I've spent pretty much all day, every day, either listening to audio, listening to videos to try and pull audio, trying to find funny stuff. I've sent Dave maybe 4 dozen things. It's hard to say how many. There's a lot. At first, the responses were right away. He didn't really give me much to go on. You know, Dave, I would send Dave 20-something stories, and he would say words like, think deeper. Which, you know, coming from Dave Cullinane, that's really fucking rich. I would send him tons of clips and sound, and he would say things like, think stupider. Okay. All right, Dave, I gotta think deeper and think stupider. I have a lot of respect for Dave. Outside of the weekends, Monday through Friday, he lives and breathes KMS. He wakes up in the morning and he goes to bed about it. There's no one that'll ever be able to take that away from him. The weekends, however, is a different fucking story. And this past weekend is where I fucking snapped when I saw him at that concert. I personally fucking snapped. At this point in me and Dave's working relationship, now this guy's been really patient with me in some aspects. He's been really good to me in some regards. At least that's what I thought. You know, but it was getting to the point now where I'd send this guy 15 text messages and I wouldn't hear from him for over 24 hours. And I'd work on clips, I'd send it to him, and he would just say things like he didn't like it. He would never tell me what he wanted. You know, this weekend, because I know he was going to that fucking stupid show, I sent him a message basically saying, is there anything you want me to work on for the fucking weekend? Crickets. Crickets. Nothing. No response. I didn't get a fucking response till after the show Monday. I sent him clips that he could have used. They weren't good. They weren't the best, but he could at least posted them. Nothing. Zero. No response. I did my show Saturday. Asked him to review it. Nothing. No response. Didn't review it till Monday morning. I sent him a text basically saying that, hey man, I feel like you don't want me on the show. So if you don't want me on the show, like let's not waste each other's time and just let me know. And I'll back out, I'll take the hit. So that way, you know, no one busts your balls. And I just wanted to see what he would say. I didn't really mean it, of course. I just wanted to see what he would say. And his response was, I'll keep you updated on the opportunity. Thanks. So I've heard from Kirk, from all the people I've ever listened to on radio, Hollywood celebrities, you know, that work in film, Every single one of them have all had the same thing. Part of the podcasts that I've listened to, every single one of them have all said the same thing. Producers are the biggest fucking pieces of shit that you'll ever run across. You guys have heard that for years. I've heard it for years. All my interactions with Dave told me the opposite. He's a sweet guy. He's nice to me. I thought he was being patient to me and good to me, right? Well, guess what? After this weekend and after Monday's show, I know now why Kirk Minahan and all these fucking people hate producers. Because they're all fucking no-talent snakes who are clearly weren't good enough to get on the air, and so they become producers. Okay, so what does that mean? That means they're fucking gatekeepers. Just like Steve Robinson said the other day. Dave Cullinane is a fucking gatekeeper. He wants intern Harrison. Yeah, bring back intern Harrison, Dave. There you go. You haven't gone down that road before. Good for you. Bring him back to the fucking show, Dave. That's what you want. That's what you can get, okay? I wanted to do things differently for you guys. I wanted to make funny clips for you guys. I wanted to do it differently than how Dave Cullinane does it. When you look at the Kirk Minahan Show Twitter account, it has over 33,000 followers, okay? Now, Dave wants to make this show a YouTube first product, right? So what does he do? He likes to create clips from the show. I've asked him what his plan was about 3 or 4 times over the past 10 days. Never got a response on this. I wanted to know, like, what's your plan? It seems like what you're doing, Dave, is you make clips from Monday's show and you clip them all the way till Wednesday morning show. And then you kind of toss that show out clip-wise for Twitter for the week. On Wednesday's show, he does the same thing till Friday. Now, Friday's show, and the reason why the Twitter account falls apart on the weekend is because Friday's show, what I think he does is he tries to do the same idea. Now he's not stretching the clips for a day and a half. He's trying to stretch them over 2.5 days. And what ends up happening is no clips get tweeted from the show. Nothing gets tweeted from the show. So what I said to this fucking asshole like 4 times is, why don't we do like we clip out the whole show all week. The greatest hits that don't make it before each show, we'll save to the weekend, and we can at least drop clips this weekend on the show, so that way there's content constantly coming on the show. Fucking crickets. Kirk did this really great dating show bit. And what he did was he basically, like a stand-up comedian, he kept hitting this bit throughout the whole like 2-hour show. Rather than just take one clip for Twitter and just burn that whole bit, kind of putting a 1.5-minute clip of Kirk ranting about it on Twitter and kind of just burn that whole bit. What if we took that bit and I kind of edited it together, and we just had a rapid fire of Kirk just hitting punchline after punchline after punchline after punchline? Just a 2-minute clip of just a greatest hits of Kirk Minahan's dating show bit. I thought the clip was really fucking funny. As an example, I took the Brandon Fraser bit from one of the shows and I sent it to Dave as an example while I was working on this dating show bit. Dave responds, nope, not good. Don't like how it's edited. Okay, Dave. If you go on the KMS Twitter account right now and you look at the videos that Dave posts, you'll see blurry fucking dog shit fucking posts. Why? Because Dave is a lazy cunt, okay? What Dave does is, Dave doesn't want to sit down and try to edit the video properly. So what he does is he crops it on his fucking phone, he puts it in a wrong resolution, which I don't even want to bore you guys, but essentially the resolution Dave puts it in is the same fucking resolution that you had on your TV fucking 30 years ago, or the old computer monitors that were this wide. Yeah, that's the resolution Dave's putting your fucking clips in, because he's lazy. That's why the watermark's cut off in the top left-hand corner. And that's why the videos look like shit, because he's fucking lazy. You know, I did it before the show, and I'm not gonna bore you with it, but I can go on the KMS Twitter account that has 30,000 fucking followers, okay? And I can find you tweets that have less than 10 fucking likes, no replies, no retweets. The fucking account's got 33,000 followers. Dave, how can you suck at your job that bad, Mr. YouTube first guy, and you get no fucking traction on your show? You get no fucking traction on the Twitter account. Texted him over 30 times. I didn't hear from him for almost 48 fucking hours. Imagine working for someone, sending them news stories, sending them clips, sending them video, right? And then the guy doesn't even have the fucking decency to fucking text me back. He's a fucking gatekeeping asshole. All these producers are fucking snakes. Every single fucking one of them. And I fucking hate Dave Cullinane. I respect him. I think he's great for the show as a punching bag. But as far as a human being, Dave, fuck you, okay? You got me over here, you got intern Harrison over here, and you got this fucking job. So what I suggest, Dave, is you take that job and shove it right up your fucking ass, Dave. Take this associate producer job and shove it right up your fucking ass, okay? And then after that, find some guy with one hanging down to his knee, and you can shove that right up your ass after that. And then I'll stand here with this fucking monster, okay? And I'll fucking shove it down your throat to complete the pig roast. Fucking Dave Cullinane. I send this fucking asshole, literally, what I think is a top 5 or 10 all-time greatest hits moment from Kirk Minahan. The line about Peter Minahan and his mom's taco. I think that's as a one-liner for KMS, easily one of the best one-liners in KMS history. So I clip it in high def, a high def resolution, not a fucking 1994 resolution with the watermarks cut off, Dave. I cut this thing in high def. One of the things that way I like to do clips for the show is I think it's really funny that when you see Handsome Dave and Handsome Mike and you can see them smiling, laughing at the shit Kirk's saying, to me and pretty much anybody else who's ever edited anything in fucking comedy knows that you gotta put their faces, you gotta put the audience laughing, Dave. That helps to make people find the clip funny. So what does Dave do with like that taco clip, the line about Peter Minahan and his mom's taco? And Kirk's mom's taco, what does he do? One of the best lines Kirk's had in fucking months. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna crop it on my phone like a lazy piece of shit. I'm gonna cut off the watermark. I'm gonna make it zoomed in and blurry. I'm gonna cut out the people laughing at the clip. I'm gonna put a caption at the bottom of it that spoils Kirk's line before he even fucking says it. Are you a moron, Dave? Like, are you really that fucking stupid? Seriously, Dave, take that fucking job and shove it right up your fucking dumbass. This fucking guy is such a two-faced fuck. And his time on the show is coming to an end. Definitely, Kirk Minahan's 100% right. This fucking dude's checked out. He's planning his exit strategy, too. So, I don't know if this is the last episode of KMS, but there's one thing I do know. I ain't gonna be sitting next to that fucking cocksucker, Dave Cullinane. That guy can go fuck himself. Sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, Dave, fuck you, okay? Fuck you. I appreciate the opportunity I was given, but I want that fucking chair that Mike sits in. And if I don't fucking get it, then it wasn't meant to be. I appreciate the opportunity. But Dave Cullinane, go fuck yourself. Oh, and ask yourself one thing before I go. Kevin O'Leary, Ryan Whitney, Steve Robinson, okay? I'm not saying this is because of me. This is all because of Kirk. But this is a genuine question I'm asking you guys. Out of the past couple weeks, what's been your favorite episode of KMS?
No big deal. No hard feelings. Good luck. Fuck you!